Best part about food plots, guys. Liming. Oh yeah. No one ever said that. I don't think in the history of doing food plots. Lime isn't that fun. But the deal is, you need the lime if you have low pH. You really, guys, want to get that pH in the ideal range. That ideal range is going to be anywhere from a 6.5 to a 7. At those levels, you're going to be able to plant whatever you want. And long term, that's the goal you should probably have. Now, when it comes to having higher pH, another benefit to having more, optimal pH levels is the fertilizer you're applying is going to get used by that plant. You're not going to have as many issues with tie-up or anything like that, so long as you lime and get that pH corrected. And that's vital, okay? And getting your lime applied properly is using something like this. Now, if you are running egg lime, or what you think of when you think of lime, so most people think of a very fine powdered lime. What you're going to do is you need a drop type spreader like this. Just like this. Okay? That's the way to apply egg lime. The other lime choice you have is granular or pelletized. Now this is going to come at a little bit higher cost, but the convenience is well worth it. Now the convenience is you can use a typical spreader like this, a broadcasting spreader. Most of you guys probably have something like this at your house. Okay, it's just a regular pull behind spreader that just simply spins the seed, fertilizer, or lime out. If you have a spreader like that, you need to be using granular or pelletized lime. If you do not, you are going to break that spreader with conventional egg lime, okay? It's going to happen to you. Don't do that. Now, it's vital, guys. The second step to this is disking or tilling that lime in. Now, this may be a little difficult for some people that have perennial clover plots and that you don't want to disc up your perennial plot, and that's fine. Applying it to the surface is going to be okay. However, it's going to take a little bit longer to start reacting in that soil. Now, the reason why you really want to spread, guys, is I poured a ton of water on this, and as you can see, this lime is not even worked into the ground whatsoever. In fact, it's all stuck right on the top. Very little actually got worked into the soil. You gotta work it in, guys. That's the proper way to lime and fertilize. Now, when it comes to lime, you got a couple options. Like I said, it really depends truly on your equipment. So what type of applicator you have, whether it's a broadcast spreader, whether it's a drop spreader, or you're doing it by hand, it's really kind of going to determine what you're going to purchase, okay? Now, when it comes to lime, though, if you have a couple options, what you want to be looking at is the grade of lime you're actually applying, okay? Excuse me. So in this case, see, we have 90-99 lime. The finer the lime, the faster it's going to work in your soil, and the quicker, or the faster it's going to work in your soil, and the faster it's going to get absorbed into that soil as well. Now, there is no magical product, guys, on the market to change your pH overnight. So get that out of your head. There's nothing out there that's going to do that. I hate to say it. I wish there was. There's just not, okay? So realize lime is a long-term deal. I usually like the soil test when I'm adjusting pH every year, and that's when I can expect to see results, is typically after 1 year of use, no matter what type of lime I use. The point I want to make to you guys is when you get your soil test done, because you should be doing that to properly plant, when you get your soil test done, make sure they tell you the grade of lime they are quoting you. If it does not say, you need to call them and find out. Because, for instance, if you were applying 60, if they were quoting you 60-69 grade lime at 5 tons, and you can only get 80-89, okay, which is actually better, but you're actually going to use 80-89 lime, you might only need 3 tons to effectively change that pH. So the higher the fineness or the grade, the lower amounts you actually need to effectively change pH. Guys, that's really liming. I'm not going to bore you to death and show you me spreading lime all over the place here. But that's effectively liming, okay? If you have any questions, you know, feel free to contact me. But realistically, food plots start with a soil test and then doing amendments like this, like your lime and your fertilizer, and then planting a quality seed. And the quality seed you can get from us at Food Plot Solutions. Give us a shot this season. You're going to like it. We're not full of fillers. We're not full of any BS. Just simply the best seed at the best price. Thanks, guys, and have a good hunt.